Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kahala Yamla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yabushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. All right, it's your brother Kazak coming at you with another lesson. Lord willing is edifying and to the point. All right, so here, as you can see, you got here the ex NFL star Ricky Williams takes his wife's last name for relationship balance. All right, this is how this is this is funny to me because this is what Esau has brought. This is what Esau has brought to the Israelite man. Passiveness and weakness. All right, simping is exactly what this man is doing. He's being a simp because he feels that his woman is equal to him, thus creating the term, relationship balance. All right, but it's all folly, man. It's all jacked up. It's all messed up. It's all out of order. This is what Esau has brought. He's brought discord and out of order, things of out of order. Okay, flipped this world upside down, inside out. It says the Heisman winning running back now goes by Eric Marone after a legal name change. Okay, this is him, man. What is it? Let me see. Let me just play this little video real quick. Why not?
For 18 years in this league, and it was to go on what was going to be what felt like or what was a sham interview. I was hurt.
All right, so Salaki for that. I thought this had anything. I thought this had something to do with this article. It had to do with, but here it says the NFL great who rose to fame as Ricky Williams said last week he legally took the last name of his wife to create marital balance. The former running back now goes by Eric Marone, adopting the surname of his spouse, Linnea Marone, and reverting to his birth name, Eric. All right, so his name's no longer Ricky, all right, but Eric now, okay? This is him. Okay. Now, if you look at him, just look at him, based off of appearance, which is why we can't go off of appearance alone. Okay, you would think that, he was a solid man. He's got his beard, without trim, no lineups. He's got his hair going. I think he's trying to lock it up. And I think at one point he actually did have it locked up back when he was playing with the Saints. All right, but that's neither here nor there. But here you have him being with an Edomite woman, and I'm sure she has corrupted his mind in the ways of making him feel as if, equality and liberation and all this Babylonian BS. And he's fallen for it. Okay? Thinking that men are equal to women or women are equal to men. And that's not the case. simply is not. Continuing on in the article, it says the Texas Longhorns 98 Heisman Trophy winner who rushed for over 10,000 yards during an NFL career ended in 2011 said he completed the change about a year and a half ago. I found that that's been really powerful in creating ease and intimacy and trust in my relationship, Marone said. The Dan Lee Batard show with Stugotz. Listen to the audio here beginning at the 12:15 mark. Marone said his fame had eclipsed the attention on his wife in their social circles. People kind of forgot that she exists, so there's an imbalance in our relationship. One of the ideas that popped into my mind was that I can take her last name, Marone said. I think it's cool. It's somewhere where we can both win. Linnea Marone has practiced law and coupled has had an herbal supplement business together. The former Miami Dolphins star said Williams wasn't his true last name anyway because the man named Williams who married his grandmother wasn't his dad's father. You see? Now here you have Jake, right? Jake dominating in the NFL. I remember back in the day when I used to play Madden, back when I used to play video games, I always used to try to play with Ricky Williams because he used to dominate on the field. And now you look at him, this same guy, and he's a punk. He's a punk. Simping after these Edomites, simping after these heathens. And that's what our women, that's Salakia, that's what our men do. That's what the men of Israel do. And they have done that time and time again. All right. So I think you kind of get the point here. I think that's Salakia. I think that's pretty much here on the article. Let me get this. Revelations 20:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them, and be their power." So this goes to show that the Most High is dealing with men. Now you have women who will conform to the ways of the Israelite man, okay, a man of the Lord, and be in subjection to her husband as she should. That's the rightful order in which things should go about. In this society, you're not going to find that. Okay? And now here you have Jake falling behind, holding on to the coattail of his enemy, of his Edomite woman, making it seem as if, he wants to bring balance into the relationship. All right? Balance into the relationship. When in all actuality, women were created for men to begin with. You see? Women were created for, and if you go into the word woman, it means to be a servant. Okay? That's what they are to be, a servant to their man. But here you have Jake, because he wants social balance or relationship balance, as if they say. So they say. He's willing to take the name of his Edomite wife. All right. And this is what Jake has done time and time again. Even our king, David, did the same thing. Okay, he I think it's 11. Yep. All right. 1 Kings 11:1 says, but the king Solomon, or Solomon, not King David, Solomon, King Solomon. And it says, but King Solomon loved many strange women together with daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these women, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh, his power, as was the heart of David, his father. You see. So, this has happened before, okay? This is nothing new under the sun. You have many men who will, lose their lives over the sake of women. They put their women on a pedestal, put the women over themselves. It just goes to show they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai upon them. Proverbs 31:3, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. You see, and by him giving his name up for the sake of a heathen woman, what does that show, man? It shows weakness. He's a weak person. He's not even considered a man. In the world, he's considered bitch made or a pussy, That's what he's considered. But this is what these women do. They turn the hearts of men away from, their masculinity or even from their power. Not to say that he was in the truth or he believed in Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, not to say that at all, because and if he did, he would not be doing what he has done. He tried to do this for relationship balance, but he has a false balance. Because in true balance, the woman is supposed to cleave to the man, not the other way around. The woman does what the man is what he instructs or what he tells, what he says. That's accurate, true, precise balance. Not folding and going into the ways of a woman to try to appease her or try to seek love. All right, that's not love. It's a false balance, and a false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Verse Esdras 4 and verse 14. O ye men, is it not the great king, nor the multitude of men? Neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or have lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have lordship over men, especially now in these days. Clearly, you can see it. You got men taking over the last names of women, being surnamed after a woman to create balance. This place is messed up, man. Verse 15, women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up and planted the vineyards from whence wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. And that's right. It's completely right. Hey, without women, we wouldn't be here. It just goes to show their sole purpose is to serve their men and to bear children and to raise up these children rightfully so, in righteousness, in the right manner, in the right way. Why is that so hard for these women? Because they're not of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Verse 18. Yeah, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? I mean, who doesn't love a good-looking woman? You know, who doesn't like a good-looking woman? That's why we're attracted to them. That's why we entice them. That's why we go after them. You see? But in all their ways, it's just pure wickedness. But that's all going to flip. That's all going to change. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Guaranteed. Mark these words. It's not going to happen until the Lord comes back. When his kingdom is established here in the universe. All right. Verse 19. And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife, as he should. Right? He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. But this also, as ye must know, that the women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? You have men that bend over backwards for women. Hey, there's a lot of fish in the sea. There's a lot of fish in the sea, but hey, you're the fisherman. You're the fisherman. You think about it. A fisherman, when they're out there, they gather many fish at once, simultaneously in one setting. You can spend all day and gather hundreds of fish. There's a lot of fish in the sea. All right. But there's only a few fishermen, true, real fishermen. And that's what we are. This is nothing. So don't give all your efforts and put all your energy into these women. You can't. Not unless you've, she's considered your wife, and y'all have a good relationship, and she understands her place. But you over here trying to appease these women and try to, fall in love and do this, that, and the third, and taking on their name, and exactly what the, former NFL player Ricky Williams is doing, whose name is no longer Ricky Williams. Let me correct myself. Marion, some Eric Marion now for a woman. 1 Ezra 4:22. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh his sword and go his way to rob and steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness, and he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed. He bringeth to his soul. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sake. And he has become a complete servant for his Edomite woman. Just as Solomon did, which is our Lord, the Savior, and the reincarnation. That's why Yahushua had to die for, he was bearing that indignation. That was a sin that he had committed for us, or not for us, but he committed that he had to die for us, But this is what's common unto man. This is common to men. You can't say that you've been in this truth and you haven't, bended or folded for a woman. You can't. It's just the nature of being a man. It's happened. But the longer you're in it, the longer you're in this truth, you see things for what they really are, and your tolerance is lower. Okay? And it continues to drop lower and lower, which is good. Your tolerance for the BS that these women, you're dealing with these women, will go lower, it will drop lower and lower, which is exactly what you want. You don't want these women to rule over you. Okay? The quality of these women are trash. It's not even like real. These are not what women are really should be. But here you have men that go beyond their way to satisfy and to appease these women, to make them feel secure. Whereas these women feeling insecure has nothing to do with you, but because of their prior relationships, you see. Just do your part, brothers. Just do you. Do your part. Do what you got to do for Yahweh Shema Shai's sake. Okay. Verse 27. Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women. Okay? Many have sinned for women. Think about it. Think about that for a second. Like, women are good for one thing. Well, maybe a few. But one in particular. And it's to satisfy us as men. Okay? And you have men who have folded to satisfy themselves for the sake of women, and they could be on a Sabbath day. Things like that. They're not minor. These are major. These are sins. But at the end of the day, like, this is just one of a few. But men are that's just it's in our nature to procreate. But you have men who have gone astray of that because of their fleshly desires. And let's hear what the scripture explains. Verse 28, and it says, "And now do you not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him, and Apame, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admiral Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king, taking the crown of the king from the king's head and setting it upon her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand." Proud. These women are proud. They feel so entitled. They need. No. It's not about what you need, women. These women, these, especially our women, they need this, they need that. They need to feel love. They need to feel compassion. They need to feel emotionally in tune. They need food. They need physical touch. They need entitlement. And you got men that'll fold and crack under that pressure, man, and give them exactly what they, quote unquote, need. You see? It says, verse 31, "And yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. If she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain and flattered that she might be reconciled to him. O ye men, how can it be? But women should be strong, seeing they do to us. Right? It says the king and the princes looked upon another, till began to speak the truth. O ye women, are not women strong? Great is the king, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course, for he compasseth the heavens round about, fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day." Get to the point. It says, "Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked. Such are all their wicked works. There is no truth in them, and their unrighteousness also shall they perish." Okay, so you have Jake over here to tie it all back in, folding and erring for the sake of a woman. Okay, but in all actuality, in all things, we need to be bending backwards, bending forward for, the Lord, putting all our efforts and putting all our energy into the Lord. Okay. We serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, not these women. So with that, I'm going to give our honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And until next time, I want to say shalom.